mo, mapapalitan ka na kaagad. And then, some of your teammates or bosses may, parang pwede ka na nilang kalimutan unless meron ka
Yes.
talagang sobrang malaking ginawa sa company, oo. Pero yung mga estudyante tayong lahat, I believe because I was also a student before, my teachers, all of them, left a mark. So they had an impact in my life. Small or big contribution, I remember everyone. So, yun, gusto ko lang din parang
Oo,
ang masaya
ma'am.
yung ganun.
Mm.
And it's also my way of giving back, siguro. It
Tama.
is also my
Mm.
way of giving back.
I like that, ma'am, yung ini-impart mo yung knowledge mo sa kanila na natutunan mo sa auditing firm, sa mga past jobs mo as a way of giving back. Kasi talagang ang sarap din maramdaman yung marinig na, "Salamat ma'am kasi tinuro mo sa'kin 'to na andito na ako ma'am, maka-graduate na ako ma'am, summa cum laude ma'am." Mga gano'n na,
Yeah, I
dahil
have,
sa
may mga students ako na gano'n na CPAs na ngayon. And then, in fact, I was sharing this conversation, I think, a month ago with a friend. So parang they were asking me, what will you feel daw if some of your students are parang more successful than you are, ako ng teacher nila. And sabi ko, parang hindi ka naman makakairamdam ng inggit. In fact, even though you have very small contribution lang dun sa bagay na yon, it will make you really happy and proud of the students, o of your students, na talaga ngayon nga may mga estudyante talaga ako that before alam ko how they struggled with accounting, how they struggled with lives also, 'di ba? Kasi hindi naman lahat mayaman, may kakayahan na makapag-aral, pero they're pushing through it, scholars and all. But now they travel abroad, they are working abroad, there are many opportunities outside in the Philippines and outside the Philippines. Tapos part of that, they travel, they go to different places, countries. Pag nakakita nga ako ng mga photos nila or post nila na they are abroad, and then yung mga, alam mo yung mga photos nila, sobrang nakaka-proud, like proud. So, iba yung iba yung ano, yung happiness that na nararamdaman ko every time I see those posts.
Wow,
wait lang,
ma'am.
wait lang
Tingin ko 'yan yung
partner.
return of investment ni ma'am talaga sa
Correct.
pagtuturo.
Mm.
Yung fulfillment na nafi-feel niyo po, ma'am, kitang-kita ko sa face niyo kung gaano kayo ka-passionate sa pagtuturo at yung
Oo.
kagustuhan yung magkaroon ng impact sa buhay ng mga estudyante niyo. Napakaganda po nun, ma'am. Thank
Oo,
you for that
ma'am.
po.
Ramdam na ramdam ko yung ano mo, ma'am, na inspired ka talaga magturo. Medyo naiiyak
Oo.
ako, parang naging inspirational na ata 'tong talk natin.
Hmm,
Oo nga, para ano na. Pero tama si Kay Ann, ano 'to, yun na parang masasabi ko na return on investment ko
Investment.
going back to
yes,
religious, 'di
ma'am.
ba?
Yes,
Ma'am,
talagang
ikaw ang pinakang makikinabang diyan kasi ma'am, isipin niyo buong buhay niyo fulfilled yung puso niyo na meron kayong naiambag sa buhay ng
mm.
estudyante niyo.
Correct, correct.
Matatandaan nila kayo, ma'am, for sure 'yan.
Oo,
Ay,
lalo
sana
na
nga.
ma'am, oo ma'am, lalo na yung mga ano, tinulungan niyo talaga kasi yung marami ngang estudyante ngayon na hirap mag-aral kasi hindi naman lahat nakakapag-focus, eh. Tapos
Mm.
nandiyan kayo na teacher na understanding. Mahirap na makahanap ng teacher na understanding ngayon kasi pati teachers sobrang stress na rin, eh. 'Di ba,
Yes, partner.
aabalahin pa ba nila yung problema ng estudyante kung problema rin nila meron sila? So nung narinig ko yung kay Ma'am Roma, na sabi ni Ma'am Roma na ano, na gusto niyang makatulong talaga sa mga estudyanteng ganito, na nakikita niya na nahihirapan sila tapos nakikita niya na nag-i-improve yung mga estudyante niya kahit na nahihirapan nung tinuturuan. Parang, grabe, aray yung puso ko. That was so
Siguro do'n, so and then kung may nakikinig na mga teachers dito or sa mga teachers niyo din, siyempre lahat ng mga teachers tayong lahat, 'di ba, we do different things, busy, 'di ba, gano'n, gano'n. Pero alam mo kahit small, maliit na oras lang yung i-share mo sa mga students mo, sometimes ang mga lalo na yung mga students, I feel sometimes naman knowledge yung kailangan mong mga psychological needs, emotional needs na
tama ka
sometimes they are
diyan,
just
ma'am.
'di ba, they are just know what happened, na parang gaano lang ba kabilis na may nag-message sa'yo, tapos may tinatanong sila, siguro spend like a minute, 'di ba, to just tell
Mm.
them na, ganito lang 'yan, or very small time lang na to take it out from your busy schedule. Pero it will there, to save time as well, 'di ba? Kasi or yun nga, mali yung yung kaba niya, yung nag-struggle siya.
Doubts.
So, 'di ba?
Mm.
Oo, correct. So, yun.
Si ma'am
Ayan,
pala ay
grabe.
hindi lang isang teacher, malalapitan din siya and talaga napaka-considerate. Sana all ma'am, sana all ganyan ang teacher.
Hindi lang knowledge yung binibigay niya, pati
Mm.
wisdom.
She's more
I
than
agree.
at a
Sarap.
professor. Puwede rin siyang
Oo.
friend, gano'n ma'am.
Oo
Ang sarap
naman,
sa
oo
pakiramdam. Ang
naman.
sarap sa pakiramdam knowing na may professor pa rin talaga na mga ganyan. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Marami naman, marami.
Opo.
Marami. So thankful na dumating ka, gano'n. Ayun.
Marami. Kasi ang teaching lalo na hindi naman it's kung baga sa financially, hindi siya sige balik ulit tayo sa financial ratios. Maliit lang yung return on investment kapag teaching, I mean, yung makukuha mo na na minsan talo ka pa lalo yung mga part-timers 'di ba?
Yes.
Talo ka pa minsan. Pero iba naman kasi yung iba kasi yung return na hinahanap. Maraming professors, yung iba yung return na hinahanap. Marami kasi if they spend hours doing consultancy work, 'di ba? They will earn more. Oo. Pero they choose to teach because they want to help, they want to do something, 'di ba? Tapos maliit lang pero yun nga iba kasi yung income na kinukuha. Iba for them yung form of returns. Oo. So yun.
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am, may
ma'am.
nag-comment. May nag-comment sa ating FB Live. Student mo ata, si Ma'am Mary Bless Trinidad. Sabi niya, "Wag niyo kami iiwan sa PUP-STB. Walang aagaw." Wag
Wala
kayong
daw
nagpa-
aagaw kay Ma'am Roma.
Huwag kayong mag-alala. Hindi namin
Ampon
kukunin si
sa akin
Ma'am
yung mga
Roma.
yan
Pero
Ayan.
puwede bang mahiram? Puwede po bang mahiram?
Kahit 5 minutes lang, ito naman guys. Share tayo kay Ma'am Roma.
Share your blessings, guys.
Ito
Talagang
na.
napunta kayo sa tamang teacher talaga pag nakuha niyo si Ma'am Roma as your teacher. Pansin ko yun.
Wow, thank you naman. Nahiya naman ako. Balik na tayo sa ratios.
Oo, sorry ma'am, na-chika ka
Balik na nga.
masyado.
Babalik
baka
na nga po tayo, ma'am.
baka kasi maiyak na ako. So,
Mm.
balik na tayo sa ratios. Baka yung mga
Okay. So, ma'am, to go back po, is there a high current ratio preferable po para sa mga business ngayon?
high current ratio, no? Is it preferable? Actually, ang current ratio actually, mas maganda siyang tingnan if it's within a range. Okay? Not too low, kasi ang ibig sabihin ng too low is masyadong mataas yung risk that it won't be able to pay its short-term obligation. Pero hindi rin siya pwedeng too high, yung current ratio. Lalo na pag kinompare sa similar industry, similar firms, similar companies. Kasi baka mamaya naman, they can turn this current ratio, ba may excess cash, diba? Maybe they can turn it, they can buy equipment which will help them generate more revenue, diba? They can invest it into, say, financial assets, long-term debt, held to maturity, long-term debt, mga held to maturity investments. Kasi kaysa nakastock sila as excess cash, excess liquidity, very high yung excess liquidity ng company, they can turn it into a revenue generating asset. So yun. So hindi siya laging good na high current ratio. Mas maganda siyang tingnan na range na parang it should not go below this, it should not also go above this ratio, above the industry. So yun.
Ako ma'am, may question. May specific ba na ideal financial ratio analysis sa isang business na dapat gamitin or kailangan talagang gamitin lahat ng mga financial ratios para ma-assess yung performance ng isang investment or business venture?
Ako, I would think madali lang naman kasi yung ratios to calculate and to analyze. So I think it's better really to use, may mga basic financial ratios tayo, di ba? So basta meron kang to assess overall yung financial performance and financial health of the company. What's important is to use mga at least basic in each category. Like halimbawa, dalawang liquidity ratio, dalawang profitability ratio. Halimbawa, sa profitability ratio, okay na to to use how much is the gross profit margin, and then sa dulo, magkano yung net income margin. Pwede na yun. You'll be able to compare it and analyze gaano yung kakayahan ng company to generate net income from its revenues. Ganon. Tapos, depende din kasi yan sa purpose. Ano ba yung purpose ng company? Ano ba yung ina-analyze ng company? Kaya nga may grouping yung mga financial ratios because each group, kung liquidity ratio yan, may ibig sabihin na you are measuring the liquidity of the company, its ability to pay short-term debt. Kung leverage, its ability to, di ba, to pay its long-term debts, yung yung structure, financial structure niya. So, depende. Okay? So, I would say, it depends. And at the same time, mas maganda if combination of ratios. Mas may science.
So in a way, hindi mo lahat kailangan, pero at the same time, titignan mo rin talaga kung ano yung mas sakto sa preference or sa kung ano kung para saan purpose ng isang bagay. 'Di ba, ma'am? Ayun, thank you so much. Nagugulan din talaga ako din kasi ang dami nating ratios eh. Madali lang siya, pero yung tanong is kung lahat ba gagamitin or hindi. So yung combination nga na yun na hindi mo kailangan lahat gamitin, pero kung itong bagay na to, ang gusto mong gamitin, gusto mong malaman, ito ang combination ng financial ratios. Ayun. Thank you so
parang
much.
Parang kasi, kung buong company na financial yung kailangan mo, better if all. Diba? Kasi it talks of different areas of, in your company's operation. Pero kung halimbawa, sa investing side ka, dun sa mga listed stocks, halimbawa, sige fine, kahit valuation, at the minimum, basic indicators, valuation ratios yung gamitin mo. Kung ang ina-assess ng company is kaya ba namin magbayad, 'di ba? So, pwede na liquidity ratios tsaka leverage ratio yung tingnan. So, yun, depende siya kung ano yung pinaka-purpose why you are using this financial ratios. That's why it's important na apart from knowing the formula, you understand what these ratios are for. Ano yung insight na makukuha mo from using these ratios.
Kaya rin pala ng financial ratio, kailangan talaga nating hanapin ang pinakang perfect para sa atin.
Wow, Ma'am Kayan. Pati ba naman sa love, nagkuha mo yon?
So to continue, ma'am, how do you improve financial ratios naman po?
Okay, so yung financial ratios kasi, it's a good indicator of pag may malalaman ka na weakness, diba? Weakness, opportunities also for the company. So, kapag identify na, na-calculate na based on the past, and then it was determined, halimbawa, na the ratio, say, for instance, liquidity ratios are too low. Okay? So, what the company needs to do to improve it is maybe to monitor its current asset, particularly its inventory. Halimbawa, gaano ba siya kabilis na ma-manage effectively yung inventory, ganon. Or halimbawa, efficiency ratios. So sa efficiency ratios, too low. Halimbawa, yung collection, masyadong matagal yung average collection period. Okay? So, pagka ganon, pwede rin tingnan na what can we do to improve our collection para it won't take as many days at least currently take just to be able to convert your accounts receivable into cash. So, ganon. Yan yung kailangan, depende kasi yun kung saan, based on your financial ratio analysis, saan ba mahina, ano ba yung weakness ng company. Kaya halimbawa naman, profitability, nakita ng company, mataas naman yung gross profit margin natin. Okay naman siya compared to similar companies. Pero bakit ang baba ng net profit margin natin? And then from there, what they can check is look at the cost, look at the operating cost, operating expenses, and then determine from there what can be reduced, what can be eliminated, and once those costs are reduced and eliminated, that would boost your net profit, diba? And then once the net profit are boost, edi mag-i-improve yung profitability ratios. So ganun siya.
Yes. Tama ka dyan, ma'am. Parang talagang kung titigan mo na kahit na mataas yung isang bagay, kung ito naman mataas din, nagko-contradict sila. So parang kung sa tao din, titigan mo na meron siyang mga flaws, meron siyang mga ups, meron siyang mga downs, pero kung i-compare mo siya together, kung mas mataas ba yung ups niya or mas mataas yung downs niya. 'di ba? That's very nice to know po, ma'am. Tapos, ma'am, meron po bang mga ratios that is far too critical na hindi na natin magamit sa financial ratios o hindi na siya ginagamit masyado ng mga financial analysts?
Sorry, you're asking if there are ratios na hindi na critical siya pero hindi na siya nagagamit ng mga companies. I think naman yung mga ratios are matter of practice na. O sa mga reports ng mga companies normally so pag nagre-report sa mga board of directors, included return on assets, return on equity, yan yung mga basic. Pero siguro yung hindi kasi it would depend din. Ito din pala, it would depend on the industry of the company. Halimbawa, banking. Okay, so apart from return on equity, return on assets, may other ratios pa yung banking na important for them. Like capital ratio because their capital are highly regulated, highly monitored. So yung mga ganon, those are critical financial ratios for them because of their industry. So ganon, halimbawa. Or halimbawa, lalo na banking, kailangan, very liquid. Kasi anytime debts, deposits can be withdrawn by their, di ba, by the depositors. Kasi savings, wala naman yung contract, di ba? Pupunta ka lang sa bangko, withdraw ka na. So, yung mga ganon, parang those are critical because of the nature of the business. So, yung criticality rin ng ratio. So, it also depends on ano ba yung kailangan i-monitor because of the industry that you belong to. Kaya nga kailangan may comparison to the industry average kasi that would make more sense rather than titingnan mo lang yung financial ratio of the company na nakasilo siya na yung lang yung titingnan mo kasi you will have some insight pero mas maganda lang mas better yung magiging analysis if it's compared to the industry average, to other companies.
Ayan.
Ang financial ratio po pala, parang siya yung makakatulong sa isang company para malaman ng isang business kung nasaan sila sa competition or saan sila nag-stand. Okay, ma'am. Meron po bang limitation sa paggamit naman ng financial ratio?
Yung katulad ng minention ko kanina, di ba, sa disadvantages. So, yun yung limitation na, again, ang ratios are using financial statement, numbers from financial statements. So, minsan, outdated. Yun yung limitation niya to the use of financial ratios. Hindi siya forward-looking numbers kasi hindi naman siya based to budget, hindi siya based on to forecast. Based siya sa past financial statements, so past financial performance and financial status. Okay? And then nga, another limitation is that dahil based sa financial statement, so quantitative, there are other qualitative factors that must be considered when doing the analysis na minsan hindi nakikita when they look at the financial ratios or those ratios based sa financial statement numbers. O kagaya nga nung sinabi ko kanina, sometimes may mga differences in accounting methodology or minsan because of accounting changes, di ba? Halimbawa, nagbago yung accounting standards, magbabago yung treatment mo. Halimbawa lang, quick, yung pinaka-latest halimbawa, leases, di ba? Di ba dati yung leases, operating leases, wala namang tinitreat yung company as asset. Pero ngayon, they need to recognize right of use na asset. So, it will change the numbers, di ba? Yung ratio halimbawa ng debt to total assets mag-iiba kasi may nadagdag na asset, may nadagdag na liability. So those might change because of the accounting standard, accounting changes, accounting policy changes. So yun yung limitations minsan ng titingnan mo lang yung accounting ratio as is. Makikita mo tumaas. Yun lang, yung nakita mo tumaas. Pero hindi mo na-consider yung unique characteristics or unique circumstances.
Yan. You're right, ma'am. Kasi yung mga circumstances talaga yun, it plays a heavy or big role talaga sa mga ratios natin. Kasi ma'am, yung last question ko para sa inyo is, meron bang specific time or meron bang best time to use financial ratios? Or pwede nyo gamitin siya whenever you want?
Ano siya, I think ano siya, eh, lalo na kung halimbawa when we're talking about investing, puwede siya anytime, like before you start investing, check the financial ratios. While monitoring your investment, use financial ratios. At the end, if you're trying to realize, gusto mo ng mag-realize yun, you can still use financial ratios. Puwede mo pa rin calculate magkano na yung return on investment ko before ko i-pull out yung investment ko. Yun, puwede siya wala namang parang best time to say na to use financial ratios. Basta kung kailangan mo ng analysis, kailangan mo mag-pull ng data, very simple. Basta merong financial statements, ang company, meron silang so makakapaggawa ka ng analysis, ng financial ratio analysis sa company or not just in the company, basta yung mga small investments and all.
Yes, tama ka
Ganun
dun,
ka,
ma'am.
ka-essential ang financial ratio sa mga business or sa personal man nating buhay sa pag-i-invest. Right?
Yes, tama ka dyan, partner. 'Di ba? Kung titignan mo talaga, iisipin natin na ay financial ratios, hindi naman natin magagamit yan kung hindi tayo pumasok sa financial sector. Pero yung totoo, kahit saan ka magtrabaho, kahit na ano ka, business owner ka or nagtatrabaho ka sa isang business owner or gusto mo mag-invest,
Or personal investment lang.
Correct,
sa
oo.
investment lang, no? Tapos, eto pa, ma'am, thank you so much talaga sa binigay mong helpful lessons ngayon. Ang dami kong natutunan, I promise. Parang,
Ako din.
kung mapapansin mo talaga, ma'am, in a book, book-wise, ang hirap niya tignan kasi ang daming numbers, ang daming
Yes,
yields, ang
compute.
daming Tapos, pero nung in-explain mo, parang, napakadali naman palang intindihin nito.
At napaka-applicable sa totoong buhay.
Ang dami mong paraan na pwedeng gamitin dito. So thank you so much for giving us some of your precious time, and we are very grateful talaga sa presence mo today. Lalong-lalo
Thank you din for inviting me.
Pero ma'am, meron ba kayong mabibigay dyan na advice sa mga students na nahihirapan sa accounting or sa financial management at sa mga students na magte-take ng board?
Okay, I think, general advice ko lang naman, like ito, even sa mga estudyante ko, like sinasabi to, ang accounting, it's not, ang kailangan ng hard work in accounting, of course, diba? Because there are lots of subjects to study, diba? Ilang accounting subjects yan when you take the board exam. But what you must remember is that it's not always hard work. It should be hard and smart work. Okay? You don't need to spend tons of hours studying. Okay? What you need, ang kailangan din, you also need to rest when necessary. Yeah,
Yes.
not always rest, but resting is part of hard work, hard and smart work. You need to build your study habits. Okay? Lalo na in preparation when you do the review, kailangan, ngayon pa lang actually, some of you may be in college, some of you are in college, still BSA, diba? So, ang importante is you build study habits. Do not compare. Okay? So, like ko din sinasabi, do not compare yourself to your classmates, to some of your peers, the way they study, because you need to build your own study habits. Okay? And do not compare because you want to protect your peace, to protect your mental health. So when you try to compare, that builds so much pressure on you. So do not compare. Just build your own study. It takes a lot of self-awareness to understand, to know when is the best time for you to study, when is the most effective for you. What's effective for you is different from what's effective to your peers. Okay? And then key to studying accountancy. Okay? And this is based on personal experience. In my case, I always understand the basics. Okay? I don't necessarily need to solve all the accounting problems in the reviewers. What I need to do is to understand what is the accounting concept behind this. And once I understand what's the accounting concept, I can solve any type of problem related to it because I know why.
Tama.
Okay? I don't just understand the process, but I understand why am I doing the process? Why am I doing this calculation? Why is this the entry? So again, basic accounting concept. Go back to strengthen your knowledge about accounting concepts before you practice practice solving accounting problems. So, yun naman. And then, sa board exam, I know sobrang tough these days, lalo na the last two, I think, board exam results are very discouraging. Oo, I know, because back in our day, sobrang tagal na. It's around 40%, diba, yung passing percentage. But now, it's 16, 14 yung last, diba? Sorry, I may be wrong, but around that range, diba, the passing percentage. So do not be discouraged, okay? When dahil lang mababa yung board exam results, do not be discouraged, okay? What you just need to do is to prepare really hard. It only means that you need to work harder. So you need to work harder and smarter to be able to conquer and to win pass the board exam. So yun lang naman yun. Hindi siya para pigilan ka to become CPA. But it should challenge you. If you take it as an opportunity instead, kailangan medyo, marami ng negativity these days. So sometimes, hindi naman toxic positivity to think na this is just a challenge. I will work harder and work smarter. Parang, sinachallenge no ako, BOA ha, sige. Ipapasa ko to. Ganun lang yun.
Tama ka
Kaya
dyan,
pala
ma'am.
mahal na mahal ang mga estudyante si Miss Roma.
So parang sabi ni Ma'am Roma, wag mong i-compare yung sarili mo, no? Kasi financial ratios lang yung kino-compare.
Oh, correct.
Yes,
Financial
financial
ratios
ratio lang.
pwede i-compare, pero yung sarili, yung naaral nyo na. Di ba ganun tayo minsan nung college, di ba? Nakatapos pa lang ng exam, sabihin mo, ano sagot mo? 5.4321.
Nag-compare agad.
Oo, don't compare agad.
Oo.
Tsaka I really like it yung sinabi mo, ma'am, na wag silang ma-discourage dun sa percentage. Kasi katulad nga ng sabi mo kanina, ma'am, yung mga ratios na yan, past yung pino-project niya, hindi yung future. So malay ninyo, kayo yung magbago ng percentage ng
Correct,
ngayon,
oo.
passers ngayon.
Yan,
So,
nagmamanifest na tayo.
oo, minamanifest na natin na magpapasa lahat ng manonood dito ng podcast.
Yes,
Correct.
So, ang first placer ata to si Ma'am Roma. Kilalanin ng BOA ang binabangga.
Wow. Medyo matagal naman na yon.
Pero still, ma'am, no, it's amazing na na first passer kayo and then you're still here na very humble and gusto niyo i-share yung mga ninyo. Share naman kayo ng mga experience niyo nung nagre-review kayo.
Nung nagre-review ako, well, kasi ako, diba? So, I finished, so sige na, age reveal, April 2009 when I graduated sa BS Accountancy program. So, around May, so we started, I think, 4-month review, diba? Parang already mga 4 or 5 months na review. So, nung time namin, yun yung, may bagyong Ondoy, diba? We were in Manila, Metro Manila. So, parang ilang weeks before, may bagyong Ondoy. Tapos ako naman, iba din kasi ako mag-aral. So I am not, I don't, madaldal ako kasi. So I don't usually study with group of friends kasi I'm afraid na. Dahil nga madaldal ako, hindi ako makakapag-aral. So sila, sama-sama sila mag-aral. Ako usually nakaseparate ako from them. Kasi nga, kailangan kong mag-focus sa pag-aaral. And then usually, may mga review materials, yung mga review school. So make sure that you're ahead of that review material. So before you go to the review class, you already solved the problem na binigay nila. Kasi binibigay naman nila yun ahead of time. Okay? That is to ensure na during the discussion, kasi believe me or talagang mabilis yung review. Mabilis siya, mabilis yung discussion, gano'n. So it helps na na-solve mo na yung problem before you go to the review class because nakakasabay ka. Unlike kapag hindi mo pa nabasa at all yung problem. Tapos, analyze mo pa lang kung ano yung given, pero nasa answers na yung mga reviewers. Ayun, diba? So, that's important. Okay? And then, yung sa akin, yung lang naman, very, hindi, siguro yung iba kasi siguro, when they finished nung college pa lang, they were really expecting to top the board exam. But it's different in my case. Hindi ako, I am not the top in our class nung college. Hindi ako top sa klase namin nung college. Hindi rin ako, dahil probinsya, dati kasi parang medyo mga Manila lang na schools yung lagi nagtatop sa board exam. So dahil nasa Manila. So siguro less pressure sa akin. So chill lang, hindi naman sa chill. Nag-aaral ako pero hindi ako gano'n ka-pressured. Walang pressure sa akin to top the board exam, oo. I was only parang yung motivation ko to top the board exam happened because I got 11th place sa pre-board at saka nung final pre-board, I think it went up to sobrang tagal na. Pero I think ninth place dun sa review school. So, parang it was a motivation to do well kasi kaya pala. Parang dun mo na-realize na kaya pala mag-top 10 at least. Diba top 10 lang naman kasi ina-announce. It was a surprise when I nung nag-top 1. It was a, pleasant surprise of course. Pero I think hindi naman ako na-offend pero I think no one expected that to happen. Even I didn't expect it. In fact, funny story, when I was top 11 nung first pre-board, I called my mother. Sabi ko sa nanay ko, "Ma, okay naman pala yung result ng pre-board ko. Top 11 naman ako. So, mukhang okay. Okay na yung sabi ng nanay ko sa akin, "Ay naku anak, matalino ka pala talaga." Sabi niya sa akin. So,
Ngayon lang
siguro nung nag-top 1 ako,
na-realize.
lalo siyang surprise.
Kasi ngayon lang na-realize, no?
May tatlong
Oo,
P
doon na yung
akong
sinabi
natandaan
sa'kin.
sa sinabi ni Miss Roma. Ang
Mm.
unang P na natandaan ko ay maging prepared.
Mm.
Tapos alisin ang pressure
Yes.
Correct.
para maka-receive ng pleasant surprise. 'Di ba, ma'am?
Correct. Oo. Importante na alisin yung pressure kasi yung kaba during the board exam, hindi naman siya nanggagaling dun sa you prepared enough for sure since college ka na, well-tested ka na.
Yes.
Marami ka na napagdaanan. So you are prepared for the board exam. Minsan lang ang kalaban is pressure. Kasi pag pressured, nandun yung kaba, nandun
Yes,
yung nakakalimutan how to solve kahit inaral na. Ang
Natataranta.
pressure kasi saan ba siya nanggagaling? Ang pressure kasi is nanggagaling siya sa pag-iisip, what if? Wow, what if ganito yung tanong? What if
What
hindi
if,
ako
what
pumasa?
if?
What if what if hindi ako pumasa? Ano sasabihin ng friends ko, ng family ko, ganon. Focus on the present. So, another P. So, yung present
Another
lang yung
P.
isipin. Oo, yung present lang, yung board exam lang muna. Hindi mo na isipin kung ano mangyayari after kasi tina-take nyo pa lang yung board exam, halimbawa. During that hours that you're taking the board exam, focus on the questions and answering the questions in the board exam. Walang, paano pag mali ito? Paano pag ganun? So, wala mo na ganun. Really, yung may mga ganun din yung kailangan, hindi mo na kailangan yun during the board exam. There are proper time to think of all of those. Pero hindi yun during when you're taking the exam.
Yes.
Oo.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Dati rin ako, sorry, just one week, days before the exam, yung pre-week, di ba may pre-week material? Doon na lang ako
Yes,
nag-aaral,
yes.
yung pre-week material na lang. Hindi na ako nag-aaral ng mga libro or anything. I took a rest nung a day before. Hindi ko kasi alam kung applicable yun for everyone. But for me, the day before, I did not open any, nag-ano lang ako, kumain.
Isa pang P, ma'am. Pahinga.
Oo, correct. Kasi gagamitin mo yung utak mo sa mas matinding
Laban.
sagutan, laban after. So, kailangan ipahinga para may energy lumaban. Ganon.
Tama ka dyan, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, sa inspirational and valuable knowledge na shinare nyo. I hope na may natutunan din ang ating mga viewers on how to properly use and apply financial ratios. Sana nakatulong ito sa evaluation ng business nyo kung may businessman kayo, mga viewers, and also sa mga decision making.
Tama ka dyan, partner. So, for our next code, para sa ating mga viewers dyan, our next code sa evaluation form ay 9361.
Okay, I repeat. 9361. So if you have questions, now is the best time to ask Miss Roma. You can type your questions in the comment section now, guys.
Ayan.
Tanong na kayo, guys.
Habang nagta-type sila ng questions, ma'am, gusto ko lang i-share yung mga natutunan ko sa inyo. Miss Roma talaga shared a lot of information that broadened my knowledge talaga and perspective sa financial ratios. Kasi financial ratio kasi, yun yung measurement ng relationship, di ba, between financial information. Valuable siya na ginagamit as a tool ng analysts and ng mga business owners. It also provides an in-depth understanding talaga sa comparison at pag-a-assess ng financial status ng mga ng company. Tumatak rin kasi sa isip ko yung sinabi ni Ma'am na using ratios, it puts companies into relative playing fields. Since ang mga companies nga ay magkakaiba ng sizes and types of services, so yung paggamit natin ng financial ratios, na-analyze natin as a whole and nakaka-relate yung mga companies na para ma-broaden yung picture, di ba? Sabi nga ni Ma'am Roma na we're not sure what will happen. So ratios are just an indicator so that we will have a basis. We cannot always eliminate risk. We use the ratios as tools to guide us, di ba? Kasi yung agree ako doon kasi nga yung risk, maraming risk yan sa buhay natin, sa investing, 'di ba? So sa financial ratio, it helps, 'di ba, as a performance indicator sa company. And to add that, I am so inspired talaga sa story ni Ma'am Roma na nag-professor siya. Kasi ramdam na ramdam mo talaga, partner, yung passion ni Ma'am Roma sa teaching no?
Yes,
Like
partner.
hindi lang
Napaka-genuine.
Yes, partner. Hindi lang siya genuine sa pagti-teaching niya, pero pati sa students niya, passionate din siyang makatulong, di ba? Parang, kung ako man yung magiging student ni Ma'am Roma, I will be so proud sa sarili ko and kay Ma'am Roma na naging teacher ko siya, di ba? And nakaka-proud din na makita na successful yung student mo. So parang gusto ko na rin mag-teacher.
Ako naman, partner, ang na-realize ko, although the future is uncertain, it gives us better information to create more effective decisions. However, we should always be reminded that it only shows past performance and it does not consider unquantifiable circumstances. Ayun ang natutunan ko dito, partner.
Yes.
Na, kahit na walang kasiguraduhan, partner, kailangan lang natin magtiwala and i-assess ng mabuti ang situation, or kung sa business naman, gumamit tayo ng financial ratio na perfect sa ating business.
Yes. Hindi lang basta-basta financial ratio, titignan din talaga kung compatible sa atin.
Yes, partner.
Sana all compatible.
So, partner, tingin naman tayo ng mga questions sa comment section or sa comment box natin.
Ayan. May nag-comment, partner.
Sige, partner.
Mm-mm.
Tanong na natin kay Miss Roma yan.
Ayan. Ma'am Roma, may question po si Miss Canyaveral. Sabi po niya, ano po ang financial ratio na dapat tignan pag mag-i-invest ka sa isang stock sa company?
Okay, so kagaya nga nung sinabi ko kanina, di ba, when we were discussing about the use of financial ratios.
Mm-mm.
So titingnan mo ano ba yung goal mo when you're investing in stocks. Is it for do you want to recognize the dividends relation to that, or hihintayin mo umakyat yung value and then sell it kapag mataas na yung value. So yung mga importanteng ratios in analyzing stocks is dividend yield halimbawa, so yung past dividends that were declared by the company over the price of the share, so that's your dividend yield ratio. So that's important to compare and to analyze, to understand, lalo na yung aim mo is to collect dividends from your investment, okay? Another thing is to assess whether the stocks is overvalued or undervalued in the market. So some of the ratios or basic ratios that can be used to analyze whether a stock is overvalued or undervalued is the price to earnings ratio. So the price of the shares over its earnings per share. So yung multiplier na yan, when compare it to yung mga magkakaparehong companies, you check from there, alin yung stocks na overvalued, alin naman yung stocks na undervalued, okay? Kasi pag overvalued yan, minsan lang may chance na the price will drop because it's not supported by the earnings of the company. So ganun, so yung overvalued. So pag undervalued minsan, you might be expecting that the price will eventually catch up. So, ibig sabihin, tataas yung price. So, mag-gain ka kasi mababa yung price na compared dun sa earnings. So, eventually, magka-catch up yung price. So, tataas na. So, you will realize gain from owning those shares of stock. Ganun din sa price to book, halimbawa, kasi market capitalization ratio yun. So, doon din makikita mo whether it's overvalued or undervalued. Yung price ba is supported ba siya ng asset base of the company or not. So yun yung mga basic na when you analyze stock prices.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for answering Miss Cañaveral's question. And since wala naman na tayong mga questions, we would like to present the certificate of appreciation to Miss Romaline. Ayan. We would like to present the certificate of appreciation that is awarded to Miss Romaline Carpio Endozo for imparting the valuable insights and expertise as a guest speaker during the Accounting Online show entitled Account Talks Financial Analysis Ratio, the Intelligent Investor's Language, held on this 17th of November of the year 2021, signed by our country manager, TJ Yuson, and our accounting department head, Sir Elijah Rodriguez. Ayan.
Thank you so much, Miss Roma, for being our guest for today, and thank you so much sa ating mga viewers for being with us today at sa pagstay. And we hope gaya namin ni Lou, marami rin kayong natutunan at nasagot ni Miss Roma yung mga question natin sa utak about financial ratio.
Yes.
So guys, if you have topic suggestions you want us to cover or speakers you want us to invite, just comment down below and you can indicate that on the evaluation form, and we would love to hear that from you guys.
Yes, ayan. Sana na-inspire din kayo na baka ito na yung inspirational calling ninyo na magturo katulad ni Ma'am Roma.
Yes.
And before we end this event, I would like to announce that Accounting Portal Philippines is opening its doors. We are accepting members which will enjoy certain benefits including 2 free modules, exclusive webinars and certificates, 10 to 30% discounts on products and services, and 10 to 15 Shopee discount on Andalusia, Philippines. For further details, visit us on our Facebook page, Accounting Portal Philippines. And now, let's conclude with our photo op. May I call on Mr. Rigo Reyes for taking the screenshots? Ayan. Photo op na. Ayos na ng buhok.
Take note of this, guys. 1, 2, 3, 0.
Ayan. Since nabigay na nga ni partner yung huling evaluation code natin, I would like to remind everyone na hanggang 2 p.m. lang po ang pag-a-accept natin ng response sa evaluation form. And since nabigay na nga yung last code, I guess this is goodbye to everyone. Until next time, I'm Lorraine.
And I'm Kay-Ann, and this is all about accounting.
Account Talks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
you
Ma'am
so
Roma.
much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
po.
Thank you for inviting me. Keep safe,
You're
everyone.
welcome, ma'am.
Keep safe din
Keep
po sa
safe din
inyo.
po. Bye po.
Thank you po.
Saan yung link? Balfour.
Thank you.